Welcome back to more FTL Multiverse with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun. Last episode, we slowly but surely managed to get through the Rockman sector with a ship that is passive. Let's put it that way. This episode, we're going to go to the Spectral Shire, where we may just die immediately, because we have a crew that's all about boarding against folks that have no oxygen. Not sure how great we're going to be at this, but it's okay. Cool. We would like to run away, but they're faster than us and they caught up. Cool. So we need to kind of just stall out. We can't set things on fire here. So the pre-torch is useless. The fire starter is useless. So we're going to have to use this. Turn that off. Get this back on. And we are going to have to auto-fire. They are dangerous. They have cloaking. They can heal. They have at least a decent set of weapons. They have drones. We don't like a lot of this. This is pretty scary for us. And they're boarding us. So this is pretty nasty. Where are they going? Oxygen? Well, we can't have them take that out. So I guess we're going to deal with them. Yeah, we're in trouble here. We might just die literally immediately. But we may be able to FTL out first. Okay, we got some drone offline. Okay, we might at least be able to survive, even if we're in terrible, terrible straits. Okay, oxygen's back online. Open all the doors. You two get that fixed. You get that fixed. Okay, there's our ASB, rather. Let's just get out of there. I don't want anything to do with that. So let's just leave. And of course it's more fighting. Yeah, this might be a short episode, which we kind of alluded to last time. So, yeah, if you're enjoying things, you should let me know, because we might not last that long. We can't even board them because we don't have enough health right now. Colonel, go for weapons. Eris, go for drones. You need to get out of Dodge and get that repaired. We should turn on level 2 oxygen. And then Elephant needs to heal. Okay, we are just about okay, I think, right now. Just about. By the skin of our teeth. Where is the breach? There it is. Are we going to be okay, we think? Probably. They're going to board us in which room? They're going to come to engines. That's fine. And then they took a member of crew out, which is also fine. We don't have any breaches anymore, so we should be okay. In theory. One can dream. Okay, no, we're good. Alright, that was spooky. Spooky's out of the episode. And they gave us a load of scrap. No store. It's a distress. Not what I want to see. What are we going to do here? Something like that, and just have maximum ability to disrupt them, I guess? Maybe? Because, yeah, I'm not sure how useful we're going to be boarding. We need a store. But I don't know how story this sector's going to be. Avast! Turn thine spirits away from this place and take content and safety not to be found here. No, we need to help. Oh, it's just the auto ship mission. Okay. We can't even do the full scrap repair. That's hilarious. And this ship doesn't do anything. Okay, cool. Alright, so this is fine. We are going to have to use the Colonel. Because if we don't, we're going to be here literally forever. But that's okay, we can wait. I'm going to take a sip of my drink while we do. If you're watching me, maybe you should be doing the same. I don't know. I can't tell you if you need to stay hydrated or not, but we'll get there eventually. I'm just using the kernel because we use less missiles that way. Sweet. Well, that wasn't difficult. So, I'll take it. Thank you for the stuff and the ion and the distress. That's not what I'm looking for. Maybe it'll be an auto ship again with no attack. That would be good, wouldn't it? It's not. I'm going to hang back, take their stuff, and that gives me a chance to do a repair for 5. I'm not going to do the full one. Just in case we don't run into a store. And again, we're in a spectral location, so it wouldn't be a huge surprise if we don't run into a store. Usually, Dynasty ships aren't so open to soliciting ships like yours. You're perfect. I'm the leader of salvage operation, and my task was to reclaim Dynasty property. I've been met with the most unfortuitous circumstance. It's now full of slugs. I can help you with that. Because we don't play mind control games anyway. That's a pretty dangerous ship, but they're going to board us, which makes life easier, I guess. In a weird backwards kind of way. How do we want to do this? I'm just going to gas those guys out, I think. And as for now, we are going to pre-torch those rooms. And we want to do maximum hacking on their weapons. Throw Colonel at the weapons as well. And then throw the Eris at cloaking. And then we can board in, say, their engine room. And be absolutely fine. Sweet. And yeah, if they will then want to come into a different room, I'm fine with that. Now that they're weakened, we should be okay dealing with them in combat. We should attack them while they're in the weapon room. Because they're hacked in here and they're stuck. Cool. Okay, now they're going to come to us here. Oh, we blew everybody up. Whoops, I didn't realize how much damage we'd done. Whoopsie! We got a drone out of it, but it's fine. It means just going to take a minute. I forgot how strong the Ares missile was. Oopsie poopsie. It's the first time this run that I've done that, which we're over like an hour in, so that's pretty good for me. Do we have a store near us? Of course we don't. We still have to get them to the task, though. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so good at blowing up my own crew, but I am an absolute professional at it. Just so good at murdering my own crew. Ah, dear. Cool. And we're just waiting on our orchid friend, and then we are good to go. On the flip side, at least they're fully healed. No ship here, so I wonder what event it's going to be. We will chase down the auto ship. The Ministry hates us, but we don't mind too much. We can board that, even though there's no oxygen. And that's what we're going to want to do. Like that. Take their weapons offline. And then we can deal with the rest afterwards. We are going to maybe get hit by one weapon. We did, of course we did. Right in the hacking. I guess we should just keep firing the Colonel just to get their super shield down. And then once their shields are down, we will be able to just retreat back with our reconstructed teleporter and have full health. Okay, cool. Everybody move back. You're fully healed. Please repair my hacking. and we'll go back and deal with weapons again in a minute. We are having a crazy time trying to hit this thing, though. Jeez Louise. Actually, turn the Eris off. Get the fire starter in piloting. Come on. Whenever you're ready. Apparently I've got the accuracy of a blind person, but it's okay. We're getting there eventually. Slowly but surely. It's because it's an auto ship, right? So it will gradually heal by itself. But it's really slow at it. But wow. Really, really slow. And like setting everything on fire is irrelevant. There's no oxygen, so what's it going to do? There we go. Cool. Thank you for the freebies. There is a store. Thank goodness. There's a crystal store too. Maybe we'll get a cool weapon. We'll try and translate. It's going to fail because we have nothing to do. We will attempt to open the cache. We got a Lanius. Wow. Okay. We'll deal with that in a second. What do we want? Now, Phantoms are really good to board with. Because they don't need oxygen. But they're not super strong. We can get rid of these two drones. They're not going to do anything for us. Fix up to 20. We don't need any other regular supplies. I am tempted to do this and this, which is pretty rare for me to buy crew, let alone 2 crew. And we're going to move everything around a bit. So, we're still going to take the medic with us, I guess. Are we? No, I don't think we are, because of the reconstructed teleporter. Medic go in the door. Floral go in the... No, I'm going to do it the other way around. Rockman go in the oxygen. You go there. And then Mr. Fireman, you are good to go boarding, but not amazing. I would rather have the 2 Phantoms go with the Lanius, I think, for now. And then we'll try and get a 4th anaerobic crew to go with them. I think that's what I want. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Is there anything else we need to do then? Because we're clearly not going to get to a store anytime soon. Other than the one we're just at. No, I think we're okay with what we've got. I would like to get a better weapon at some point, but... we haven't had a cool... Like, other than Sylvan having 1,000,000 beams at the start of the game, we haven't had anything. It's safe for me. I have many wonders aboard. Maybe you like one? Sure. You step aboard the ship, surprised it's full of oxygen. Around the walls are hanging various small trinkets. These are my prized possessions, only 10 scrap. Totem of War is faster fire rate. Emblem of Speed, faster crew movement. Ingot of Fortitude. All of these are pretty decent, you know, for 10 scrap. Assuming this is real. None of them are absolutely game-changing, but I'm going to take the Ingot of Fortitude. Just don't ask how it works. Okay. Cool. I don't want to know. All of them are pretty decent, though. Now we have Mr. Newspaper. Now, this is going to suck a little bit, because the way our ship set up is that we diffuse situations by blowing people's crew up. We can't get away with doing that here. So, we need to hack his weapons. Like that. And then we're going to pre-torch his weapons. I don't mind them having their medbay online. We just don't want them to be able to repair their weapons anytime soon. So we're going to hack their weapons down. We're going to set it on fire. And because it's hacked, they're having a hard time getting in or out. So the hope is that they'll have a hard time diffusing the fire, and therefore there'll be less weapons to attack us with. That's the hope, anyway. We'll see how effective that is, but... Yeah, you see, they've only got 1 missile on the go, so we're going to get hit by something, probably, right in the oxygen. 45% dodge is all we can really do, so... Luckily, all of their weapons are pretty much offline now. But I do want to fire the Colonel at them exactly one time. And that'll stop them from being able to do anything until the end of the timer. Cool! Alright, so we only took 1 damage, despite the fact we have like the exact opposite ship for this as you would need. Thank you for repairing our ship. I'm not listening to all of C.U.R.A's malarkey. See you later. I might be able to get to this in time. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we should be able to for sure. Let's go to the Dynasty. Our ship's not crazy well set up for this, but it's okay. We'll engage the outpost. Do nothing. Turn that off. Turn this on. They're hiding immediately, and they have a ton of drones. Not great for us. They are boarding and going into where? Engines? I am okay with this. That is honestly fine. Having all these drones, though, is not fine. This is not good news for us. Yeah, this is a little bit spicy. Medic, can you repair that for me, please? That would be great. Okay, so we need to hack their weapons. Colonel, their weapons as well. The pre-torch will do nothing, so I'm not going to bother firing it. The Eris is going to go for their drones. We're then going to board their cloaking. And then, hopefully, we should be relatively safe going forwards. Relatively being the key word. Oh wow, one of those hit even though they were hiding. Colonel can now aim for the med bay. And we're going to run away bravely at this point so we can fully heal. And they will start repairing their weapons, but it's fine. Oh yeah, they're in big old trouble now. We might, if we stop firing weapons, we might be able to take these guys out as well. Let's see if we can do it by taking the crew out. Get full power to it. Board the weapon room. Because I assumed they were going to go for the medbay, but they never did, which is interesting. It's an interesting AI decision. And even though none of our crew members are actually good in combat, they're good enough. Cool. There, they've fallen. The fleet the fleet has had its jump delayed. Words are hard. Everybody move back to the correct location, please. And then, yeah, we have a few extra jumps to go. Sweet. I'm surprised how well that went. I'm not going to attack the ghost. I'm going to attack the auto. And we are going to immediately board. Assuming it'll let me. Probably not. It's going to say a room, but it's okay. We're going to have to just play the waiting game. They don't have any missiles, at least this time. So maybe we'll be okay. Maybe. That's an anti-drone drone, so it's going to shoot my hacking down, isn't it? It might. Well, let's see if it misses. It did not. That's okay. We took a little bit of damage. It's fine. We want to do Colonel on the weapons. Eris on the cloaking, please. There you go. It just fired a really angry spadooli beam at me. So, it is what it is. And then we can go for shields while we go and take out the rest of the weapons. Cool. Alright, that's all offline, and we can move back in now. We just have to play the waiting game. Sweet. I didn't even mean to fire the arrows. We are running lower on missiles, so I am cognizant of that. This is not going to be our long-term strategy, I think it's fair to say. But having 3 layers of shield probably is a bit more long-term. Let's keep moving through the weird brain matter zone. The nebula. Ugh. We'll hail the ghosts. The crackling static through the stereo eventually shifts into discernible words. This place of ours we call home is not for the Federation to take. We'll trade if you have missiles. Sure. It's a store for 2 missiles. A bit of a terrible deal, but we'll do it. There's cloaking, but we can't afford it now. Of course, now that we're looking for it, we can't afford it. We are at crew capacity. We are going to have to think how on earth we're going to defeat the... If assuming we get to the end of the game, like, this setup will not defeat the flagship. Because killing the crew doesn't kill them. Hmm. But none of this is very good. I'm gonna hope we get a better store. I don't think it's worth it. I thought about it, but no. We are going to aid the ghost ship, because the rebels suck balls. So, it is what it is. So, we want to board their weapons. We are going to shoot their clone bay. We are going to hack their weapons. And we're going to pre-torch their... There you go. Their ability to board us is now going to hopefully be moot. And he said newt. It's going to be newt. It's going to be little lizards will say no. Okay. They can't respawn. And they can't leave the room that they're in either. And it's on fire. And it's breached. And they're in bad times. As a cat just demos the house in the back. I don't know if you could hear that. But that was funny. Cool. Alright, we're going to take out this buddy whenever he shows up. And his ship is going to have diddly squat on it when he returns. Assuming he does return. We'll see. He's going to have fire, no weapons, no clone bay. He's dead. There's Declan. So, Declan is going to replace Pat. Sorry, Pat. See you later. And we need to bring everybody back. The downside of buying crew is that if it then ends up in a situation where you have too much crew, you're essentially wasting money. But now we have a full complement of people boarding, and by people I mean Ghosts and Alanius, but you know what I mean. We do need somebody in the weapons room, so I guess we're going to put the rock man in there, who's going to very, very slowly make it there. He's no good at it, but our weapons are no good at anything either, so, you know, it is what it is, right? We will explore. I'm not selling drones. No. There's nothing to salvage. There's nothing to repair. Cool. A nothing burger location. Alright. I'm not going to more ghosts. So apparently we're going to the militia encampment whether we wanted to really or not. Because we could do without ghosts. C.U.R.A, what you got for me? I'm pretty sure Tarkapet will want to join us, but he's not super useful for me. We'll contact the guard, and because we have a medic, they'll give us a bomb. A medical bomb, specifically. And we have a store. I'm thinking go down and then up, because maybe it'll have cloaking in it. And if we can get cloaking, then all we're looking for is a proper weapon, and we might be in for some good time. This ship has a lot going on, and we can't do anything with it straight away, so we just have to play the waiting game. Whenever you're ready, guys. That's a dangerous ship. I was going to say, hopefully our 45% dodge does something, but we'll see. Oh, they missed. Sweet. Okay, let's get all of these weapon charges down. Now we can get the pre-torch going in, say, here. Let's get some fire in the cloaking. There you go. Now you're in big old trouble. They have no med bay. The Colonel can fire at weapons, because we're going to get hit otherwise pretty badly. Okay, sweet. We did lose, I say lose loosely, but a ghost passed, so I don't know how to describe that to you. Whatever the equivalent is of that is what happened. They're all toast in there, including our own crew. How are you still firing missiles at us, by the way? That's insane. Okay, they're going to try and run away. But they're probably going to have a hard time given their engines are on fire. Oh, I hit... Okay, it missed anyway. I was going to say I hit the hack right at the wrong time. Like, at the last possible second. They have a double breach in there. What are they doing? Dying, I guess, is the answer to the question. We don't have to fire any more missiles. This is fine. We're just going to take this offline. I'm going to say no to that deal, because they're going to have to come over and deal with us at some point. What we can do is actually take out their oxygen. And then it doesn't matter if their medbay works, they're going to be fine. Yeah. Now what are you going to do? Oh yeah, they are absolutely ghost toast. There we go. Medbay's gone. They have a breach. You have nowhere to go. Whoa, you're going back and forth. Sorry, Solane Rose. Rested spaghettis, never forgetties. Cool. 156 scrap. We're nearly at cloaking. It's what, 170? We will save the orchids. What is this monstrosity of a ship? There's a lot going on here. Not that much in the way of weapons, though. I mean, it's not terrible, but I've certainly seen a lot worse when it comes to weapons. Alright, get you hacked, and then we're going to board with everybody. Like that. And then board into the same room, because they won't be able to get in. We're immune to fire, so that bug is going to get absolutely toasted. And they did board us with a medic, which is just adorable. It's like, what were they thinking? Oh, dear. Well, we might as well go and punch him, I guess. And you boarded one other room by themselves. Cool. Sweet. You do you, I guess. But whatever that decision is that you made, that's the wrong one. You two go in there. You two go to oxygen. They do have doors, which is a little bit annoying. But it's fine. Okay, stop beating me up. I'm going to go hide in the weapons room. That's fine with me. That is A-okay with me for now. If you could stop blowing all that up, though, that would be groovy. Okay, I guess we're going to send this crew over then. And stop them from repairing their weapons, please. There we go. So it's taking a little bit longer than it would have been if I'd microed this properly, but it's fine. You can go here. That's toast. You can heal. Thank you. So you can run away to doors. You can run away to doors. You two can come in here. You're going to blow up oxygen. Yeah, them having a human medic, as you can see, is very, very good, right? That's why we've been able to get away with so many tactical maneuvers. that we would not be able to get away with otherwise. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so crew is toasting, but it's not too bad. We are getting there eventually. There we go. Cool. And we got a heavy kernel, which is not that great. Guaranteed breach is nice, but it's not crazy good. Just move all the crew back. It's fine. Everybody move back. Close the door. Everybody has been regenerated. And let's go to this store. Cool. So that was slow, but not too bad, right? If we do this, I always forget, can you also go to the store? I don't remember. But that's a lot of scrap. But no, I need the store. Oh, of course we got intruders. It's fine. We'll deal with that in a minute. This store is rubbish. Again. I just need a decent store. I mean, don't get me wrong, the pre-flak does have its use too, but I can't run 2 pre-weapons. That's not going to work. But this doesn't do anything with our current setup. Oh, this is rubbish. I guess I'm not getting any of that. Annoying, but what are you going to do? Well, these guys are going to have a terrible time trying to fight our crew. Like, what were they thinking? I mean, good luck to them, but this is not going to work out in their favour. Thanks for the combat experience. Cool. Thanks for that. Everybody move back to their correct location. I need to find a store that has cloaking and then a decent weapon. And then I think everything else will be okay. We'll investigate the scene. Oh, it's Sherlock Haynes. Have we had this mission yet? On camera? I think I've had this off camera. So, this is Sherlock Haynes, definitely not Sherlock Holmes. I hail from Earth, though I have since joined the militia myself. Now I work as a detective for the militia, but I have been presented by a rather troublesome case. Perhaps you might help. This is going to involve a lot of talking through the scenario. I'm just going to tell you now. So be prepared. Help with what? With the mystery, of course. Last night, in this very station, a man by the name of Henry Coleman was shot and killed. We suspect he held vital information regarding a rebel plot, but we aren't sure what. There are only 4 individuals staffing the station, and after this crime, there now is only 3. No ships docked with the station for a full 24 hours before and after the murder, which means only one thing. Which is? Why, it's elementary, my dear, whatever your name is. This means that one of the 3 survivors must be a rebel spy. Okay, sure. So, there are 3 suspects, Mr. Tom Nicholson, Ms. Amy Shepherd, and Dr. Daniel Brown. I look forward to your hypothesis. So, this is genuinely really interesting, so I recommend you watch. But essentially, this is like a murder mystery plot. So, I'm just going to go through and there's a lot of text. We're going to inspect the corpse. You walk over to Henry's corpse. No obvious cuts on the body, though there is a large burn mark on his back. This must have been from blaster fire, but the radius of the wound is too big to be from a standard handheld blaster. Inspecting the station, you can see there's a load of things we can inspect right now. If we look at the doors, some work's been done on the doors, though it matters little in this case. All the suspects and the victim are registered in the system database, so they can go through the doors as they want, which makes sense. The drone bay. You take a look at the drone bay. Though there aren't too many schematics on the station's computer, you notice an anti-personnel drone and standard issue combat drone. The combat schematic appears to have been used a total of 3 times. So they basically don't use their regular drone. Their anti-personnel drone has been used 38 times since purchase. That's not surprising. With the influx of pirates in the sector, the number of boarders in this station must be unfavourably high. So they use their anti-personnel drone a lot. Let's have a look at its laser. You inspect the anti-personnel drone's laser. To your surprise, the arm-mounted cannon appears to be much stronger than a standard defense laser, and certainly capable of leaving a burn mark the same size as the one on Henry's corpse. Dun dun dun! The drone did it. I don't know. We'll see. Other things on here are the life support. The system appears to be running at a higher level than usual and is in pristine condition. It was upgraded recently. Look at the shields. Everything is very normal. Look at the sensors. Someone has sabotaged the computers and deleted all the recordings. Interesting. And then weapons. Several trinkets lay around the room, as well as a small bag with Amy's name on it. This must be her usual station. Okay. So, we know the buddy that died had a big burn mark, and the drone does big blaster fire, so maybe they're related. Let's talk to the suspects. Sherlock's not a suspect, I suspect, but let's talk to him. Oh, I never grow tired of this job. Just wish I stopped landing cases involving murderous rebels. I've lost quite a few partners. Cool. Tom. Who are you, Tom? Tom explains some basic details about his life. He used to be a farmhand on a small terrestrial planet before a rock crusader set fire to his town. With nowhere else to go, he decided to join the militia and protect civilian space so such a thing could never happen to anyone else. Noble sounding. Tom. Do you have any connection with the rebels? No, sir. I've met plenty of rebels in my time, but I've never been friends with any. I've always been a Federation citizen, a loyal one at that. Okay, Tom, if that's your real name. What do you do on the ship? He manages the essential shiftums. Apparently James Bond is also on the ship. Back on the farm, I had to learn how to operate various equipment, and it's incredible how much that knowledge translates. So he looks after the shields and life support. Interesting. Which was upgraded recently. What about the victim? I've never actually talked with Henry much. He was always so quiet and reserved. Still, it's so strange to think he's dead. Yeah, he is. He's really toast. Which suspect do you want to talk to Tom about? I don't know literally anything about these guys. Let's say Amy. Amy, she's something, I guess. She's always yapping at us, and she has the shortest temper I've ever seen. She does a good job, though, and I wouldn't ever think she'd be capable of murder. Though, she never did like Henry. Oh, really? What about Daniel? Not me. Although I'm having fun. Dr. Brown is such a kind old man, and dedicated to his work, too. I can imagine he's quite shocked about the murder. He was always so close to poor Henry. Was he close because he was trying to kill him? I don't know. We can spit in his face, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna ask about. Oh, we have blue things, so I guess that we checking the ship first made sense. Let's talk about the drone system. Nope, never had the head for any of that drone stuff. I trust Dr. Brown for that kind of stuff because I can't even figure out how to turn the drones on in the first place. All right. Well, what about the sensor? No recordings. That sounds problematic. You're a detective, though, so surely you can figure this out without them, right? I am not a detective, but thanks for flattering me. What about oxygen? Because it was upgraded recently, right? Oh, that's rather odd. That wasn't me who upgraded the system. I was busy last night during the murder. I said doing the murder. Let's not put words in his mouth. And I haven't had time to check it since. But I do know it was only level 1 the day before. Was that a fraudulent slip, or was everyone trying to tell us? I don't know. Anyway, so he is apparently a farmhand who don't know about no. What about Amy? What are you going on? Should it be a good way to escape from a home planet and kill some pirates? Fair. We do a lot of that. Amy looks at you as if she's about to slap you, and probably would if it wouldn't end with her dead. How dare you associate me with those crap stains? I ain't never been a rebel, and I never will be. End of story. Okay. So she's a fiery potato. She used to work as border patrol until we got that goddamn anti-personnel drone. I used to kick pirates in the teeth almost daily, but now I've been reassigned to that damn weapons room pressing buttons all day long. Interesting, because we saw her trinkets in there, in the weapons room. So maybe she doesn't like it after all. Huh. What about the victim? Henry, half the time I didn't even realise he was there. What a weirdo, I was spending so much time resigned to that room of his, only coming out for food or water. Him being dead won't change nothing about life on this ship. It's so boring. So did you kill him because you could, or did you not kill him because it didn't matter to you? Ooh. What do you think about Tom? He's such a pushover. He's always blabbering on about how nice life is here. There ain't nothing good about living on the station, I tell you. Still, Tom killing someone unthinkable unless he's a really good actor. Alright. Well, what about Dr. Brown? He always looks like he's about to turn to dust any second. Dusty old doctor full of green dust. I always thought he was as lacking a personality as the drones he works on. Maybe that's why he got along so well with Henry. So she thinks they're both just boring, I guess. We're going to ask about the drone system. The drones never touched them. That damn robot stole my job. He took my job. If I was a murderer, I would have gone for the anti-personnel drone instead of Henry. Damn robots can't feel pain anyway. Okay. About the sensors. No recordings. Art detective's supposed to be able to figure this out. Well, I'm tempted to spit at you, but I'm not going to because I'm a nice guy. I don't know nothing about the life support. That's all Tom's doing. Tom? Wait a minute. But it was upgraded, and he said he didn't know. Interesting. Well, let's talk to Dr. Brown. Me, I'm just an old fart. Studied drone tech for several years. Got a job at Arcadia as an engineer until I eventually retired, but I guess it wasn't for me, so I signed up for the militia life. Okay, so you're just here for vibes. Never been a rebel, but I did have an experience with them. Back when I worked at Arcadia, I was put in charge of the C.U.R.A. project. That's the Central Intelligence Combat Assistant. We knew that, right, guys? Yeah. Though it's more often referred to as the Free Roamer accident. This was the AI used by the rebels to construct their automated fleet, but we never expected that they would use it for such evil. After I realised how my tech had been used, I resigned immediately. Oh, so he does have history. I'm the shipboard engineer. After I finally talked the others into installing a drone bay and anti-personnel drone, I've been running maintenance on them ever since. But we think maybe the drone killed Henry? Oh, poor old Henry. He was such a nice man. I used to eat lunch in his quarters. A shame the others never got to know him, because he was always so reserved. How could this have happened to you? Well, did you do it? Because you had the opportunity, but we think the drone killed him, not you, so... Interesting. Tom's a nice man. I was never as close to him as Henry, but we talked quite a bit, and he always has been a happy fellow. Recently, he took a particular interest in the drone system and asked me for help with operating the drones. He's learning pretty quick, but I think he might want to just be learning to give me something to do. But he said he didn't know anything about drones, so we'll have to ask him about that. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Too many buttons. What do you think about Amy? I wish I had her energy. I was never that amped up even when I was younger. Shame she wastes it all on shouting at us. That good she spends most of the time complaining to herself while she mans the weapons. I don't like to point fingers, but if any of us three were to go so low, it would probably be her. Okay. What about the evidence? About the drones? Oh yes, of course. No ship or station is complete until it's been outfitted with drone tech. I, sir, disagree, because drones mostly suck. I spend most of my time working with the system, though. Tom has also been spending a fair bit of time in there as well after he asked me for lessons with operating the drones. Well, we think the drone killed Henry, so I'm starting to think it's not Amy at all. It's one of the other two. Right? What about the sensor? The sensors are no longer functional. Oh dear, that's quite unfortunate. Surely, blah blah blah, you think we should be able to do it anyway. Cool. Oh yes, that was my doing actually with the oxygen. Tom normally works on the essential systems, but last night he was busy working with the drone. Oh god, he did it, didn't he? And I had nothing to do, so I decided to put my old bones to use and upgrade the oxygen. Henry was always complaining about the bad ventilation. Well, I'm not convinced yet, so let's talk to Tom about the evidence about the drone room. Nope, never the head for any of that drone stuff. I trust Dr. Brown. That's a lie. You point out Daniels mentioned to Tom learning how to operate the drones. Tom stutters, not sure to say. You don't push any further, but take note of this. So he doesn't know what to say. I'm going to ask him about the oxygen. Yeah, it was only 1 bar. I didn't mean to click it for you, but there we go. Cool. We are going to look... Yeah, it's still the same size. I'm tempted to just spit in his face, but I don't think that actually does anything, but it's just kind of rude, isn't it? Oh dear. I feel as if I don't think it's Dr. Brown, and based on that blue text, I think it's going to be Tom over Amy, right? Right? But I don't think there's anything that will make him say anything. Yeah, because we continue to call him out on his lie. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a stinker. I'm going to let you guys think about this in the comments. Let me know who you think the killer is. I'm going to put a cut in here. And when we come back, we're going to see who it was. I'm terrible. Well, if you did enjoy the video, let me know. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.